feeling decades older than you already are? Don't worry, Dr. BarbaraO'Neill has got you covered. And guess what? Her remedy can help you with a ton of issues such as constipation, cysts, bone spurs, gallstones, and liver problems. So if you're facing any of these issues, then our castor oil is on its way to rescue you. She said, an amazing thing happened. When she put the castor oil on for 1 month to a lump that was 3 centimeters, this is really strange. That lump was 3 centimeters, now it's only 2. As a natural health expert, Barbara's mission is straightforward: to introduce people to the healing power of nature and free them from reliance on pharmaceutical companies. According to her, pharmaceutical companies often convince people they need medication for minor illnesses. However, she believes this isn't the case and points out that medication is not as effective as many people think. So why does she like castor oil so much? And after you've finished, you might fold it over, and then the next day open it up, put a little bit more oil and apply it again. So you can use it for tumors, you can use it for cysts. Castor oil, derived from the seeds of the Ricinus communis plant, has a broad range of applications in medicine, industry, and cosmetics. A heating process eliminates its toxic enzyme ricin, making it safe for use. Historically, in ancient Egypt, castor oil served as fuel and was used medically for treating eye irritation and inducing labor. Today, it is recognized for its various benefits. As a natural laxative, rich in ricinoleic acid, castor oil also aids in wound healing by maintaining a moist environment, reducing skin inflammation, and supporting healing. It can help clean and store dentures by killing bacteria and fungi, reducing the risk of infections. Many people use castor oil for hair treatment due to its moisturizing properties, which can help reduce hair breakage. You are best not to take the castor oil by mouth. You basically put it on the outside of the body. I have met several ladies who are able to break down their breast lumps with castor oil, Barbara once said. Castor oil penetrates deeper than any other oil, making it highly effective for external use. When applied to the skin, it can help break up lumps, bumps, congestion, and adhesions. Castor oil can even help break up bone spurs and tumors. And that's not all. Many women have reported that it has helped reduce lumps in their breasts, which might be cysts. To use castor oil, you make a pack or a compress. You can use an old tea towel or something similar. Castor oil is very thick and takes time to soak in. Applying castor oil to the stomach can heal various abdominal issues. For women, it can penetrate and break up fibroids in the uterus and cysts on the ovaries. It can also soften and heal the colon, whether dealing with constipation or diarrhea. Castor oil penetrates deeply and promotes cleansing and healing. As Psalm 104 verse 14 says, God gave herbs for the service of man, highlighting the remarkable healing properties of castor oil. You can also use castor oil to break up gallstones by applying it to the liver area under the right rib, or to break up kidney stones by placing it on the back. BarbaraO'Neill knows people who have successfully used castor oil compresses to treat bone spurs, such as on the knee. For instance, she had a lady in her program who had bone spurs on both knees and applied castor oil compresses to help alleviate her condition. She also had tumors in her abdomen. After completing the program, it's been 2 years, and both tumors have completely disappeared, much to the amazement of her oncologists. She underwent a total lifestyle change and used castor oil compresses on her knees to treat her bone spurs. After about 6 weeks, she noticed the bone spurs had reduced by half. Then a month later, she realized they were completely gone, even though she had forgotten to continue the compresses. Then Barbara and she discussed the importance of maintaining an acid-alkaline balance. A high-acid diet can cause calcium deposits on the bones. She changed her diet to reduce acidity, which likely contributed to her overall improvement. BarbaraO'Neill also saw castor oil help people with brain tumors by applying it to the affected area. Remember, castor oil penetrates very deeply and can break up lumps, bumps, congestion, and adhesions. If you have a sore knee and are unsure whether to use castor oil, ginger, or potato, you can alternate them each night and see how your body responds. Your body might benefit from all of them, as they each offer slightly different benefits. Castor oil is very powerful. It can break up a bone spur, but it will not damage your bone. One lady found the castor oil compress so comfortable on her breast lump that she wore it 24/7. Some people even dedicate a sports bra to wearing it continuously. If someone wears the compress overnight and plans to wear it again the next night, they might add another teaspoon of castor oil when it starts to dry out. An old Australian bush remedy even suggests putting a drop of castor oil in your eye if something gets in it. The oil can roll around and help remove the foreign object. Here's another recipe that many have testified to its effectiveness for conditions like glaucoma and cataracts. Put 1 drop of castor oil in each eye before bed. It may cause temporary blurriness, but since you're going to sleep, it usually isn't something to worry about. Dr. Barbara shared an experience about a program. A woman had bone spurs on both knees, and she also had tumors in her abdomen. Castor oil shows promise in a variety of uses and continues to be explored for its potential benefits in different health areas. Every case is unique, so there's no one-size-fits-all solution. It's important to investigate and understand the underlying cause of pain. Sometimes pain stems from long-term damage and the buildup of scar tissue. Castor oil compresses can help in such cases by seeping in and breaking down scar tissue, lumps, bumps, and adhesions. For people who had surgery years ago, they may experience issues due to scar tissue buildup. Alternating hot and cold treatments on the affected area can also be beneficial. Using a castor oil compress repeatedly allows it to effectively address these issues over time. Now let's talk about a story about a young man who attended Barbara's program at just 15 years old. He had been experiencing pain around his rectum and had already undergone a few operations, resulting in some scar tissue. He also faced embarrassing issues like bowel leakage and occasional constipation, indicating his gut wasn't functioning properly. To help him, Barbara provided slippery elm, which helped soothe and heal the gut lining. She also introduced sitz baths, where he would sit in warm water for 3 minutes followed by a 30-second cold water rinse, repeated 3 times each morning and night. This routine brought him tremendous relief and improved his bowel movement significantly during his stay with us, Barbara said while telling the story. The alternating hot and cold treatments were particularly effective in reducing the pain he felt in his behind. This approach not only eased his discomfort but also restored his confidence. She also suggested another method to him, freezing castor oil. So we had one young man who came to do our program. He was only 15, and he had pain in his rectum, around the anal area. He'd already had a couple of operations there, so he's got a bit of scar tissue there, and sometimes he leaked bowel fluid, which of course was terribly embarrassing for a 15-year-old boy. Here's how it works. You take a piece of cotton wool about the size of your little finger and saturate it with castor oil. Then freeze it for 3 days until it's solid. Once frozen, he inserted this castor oil pessary into his rectum at night before bed. By morning, during his daily bowel movement, it would naturally come out. He followed this routine every night and received hot and cold treatments twice daily. After attending the program, he returned home feeling much better. Previously, he had been experiencing pain around his rectum, which sometimes reached a level of 4 to 6 out of 10, especially when he was active. But after the program, he reported feeling no pain at all. This improvement brought him a great deal of relief and happiness, and he had no accidents when he was with us. His bowels are working a lot better, and these hot and colds brought incredible relief to the pain that he'd been feeling in his anus. Remember, he was only 15 years old, and doctors had told him they couldn't perform any more operations on his affected area. They were attempting to tighten it to prevent leakage, but the hot and cold treatments had a remarkable effect on his condition. After the program, there were no more reports of leakage, and about 5 years later, his aunt, who attended the program, confirmed that he hadn't experienced any further issues. She described it as incredible, and his parents were amazed by the turnaround when he returned home. A young woman that Barbara knew had a fibroid in her uterus and chose natural methods over surgery. She used wild yam cream to balance estrogen levels and applied castor oil compresses to her abdomen. Now the question remains, how to prevent the oil from staining your clothes? The answer is to always use a plastic backing, and here's how you prepare it. Place a small amount of castor oil, about the size of a circle, in the middle of the pack on a cotton or wool cloth. The oil is thick and will gradually soak through the cloth as it warms against your body. This method ensures it won't leak or soil your bedding or clothes. You make a thick compress so that it can hold that castor oil, and you can keep reusing the compress. You can apply a castor oil pack to various areas of the body. It's effective for bone spurs, sore joints like wrists, and even congested chests during winter. consider using a larger pack for joint pain or congestion relief. To enhance its effectiveness, some people use a hot water bottle to gently warm the pack, which is especially useful during colds or congestion. Castor oil packs are also beneficial for digestive issues like constipation, as the oil penetrates deeply, breaking up congestion in the abdomen. BarbaraO'Neill even has a story about this. She once met a woman married to a doctor who treated her irritable bowel syndrome with castor oil packs over dietary changes. She found significant relief without medical intervention. Castor oil is also known to dissolve gallstones and can be used in various therapeutic applications. Its versatility makes it a valuable natural remedy for a wide range of health concerns. Say to people, when you're using castor oil, pour it in and don't touch it for about half an hour, and that will soak in. Now, that's a really good area to put on the abdomen. To target specific areas like your liver and gallbladder, which are under your lower right ribs, apply a castor oil pack directly to the skin. This method can also be effective for kidneys, helping to break down kidney stones. Remember, castor oil is best used externally. Ingesting it can be irritating. After applying the oil to a cotton or wool cloth, you'll notice it initially feels thick but will spread as it warms against your body. You can reuse the pack by folding it over and adding more oil each time. This approach allows the oil to be absorbed gradually, making it more effective than simply rubbing it on the skin. And that's all for today. Will you start using castor oil to treat your problems? Let us know in the comments section below.